on the tail end.
Yeah, he had both. I think he also had the medallion on him as well.
Yeah, now EG actually have control of this Roche area. Fear's got a Deso and a Medallion of Courage. This is going to allow them to do it so quickly. C-Deck don't have their Earthshaker, but I still think you have to take this fight. You've got your BKB up on your Gyrocopter, but it's going down so quickly. I don't actually know if they have time to respond to this.
Oh, with the blink in, they definitely can. They already get a two-man blink. Universe popping that snowball in order to dodge some of the damage, but he's still going to go down here, slowed down by the Shell Grave. Fear turns and fights Aggressive as best as possible, but maybe realizing this is a bad idea. He'll still get the kill, but he's stunned up by the homing missile and will be taken out by Shiki, it seems, as the return.
Oh, is he going to get away?
No, Shiki, he just needs the extra bit of movement speed. He'll catch up with Fear eventually, it looks like. Samael, oh my goodness, he actually yules, but the Visage finds him in the end. Shiki goes down to Samael, though, as the Laguna Blade strikes him out nice and quick. Finally down. PPD needs some help. Fisher gets laid out onto him. He will be chain stunned out of this one. And in the end, they managed to stop the Roshan. C-Deck are probably going to be happy that they at least keep that intact, but they lost their two very important cores. Yes, they got 3 kills for it, but Gyrocopter and Bloodseeker down. It makes it, I would feel like a rather even fight, just because the cores maybe didn't get as much from C-Deck.
It will be advantage C-Deck, though, because they're going to get the Aegis out of this. This is the benefit of being on the dire side. Fear, they actually might be able to fight it because Fear is going to be up in just 24 seconds. C-Deck's cores are going to be up a little bit sooner than that, but this next Roshan fight is going to determine so much. EG don't want to give this up, and I think they can defend it, and C-Deck doesn't do too much damage. Like, their physical cores, their Bloodseeker doesn't do any damage in these fights. Like, he's got a BKB, but that's about it. Yeah. Even his armor isn't too great, so Fear is able to fight him down 1v1 pretty easily. The Black King bar does nothing for Fear. Like, he doesn't really care that the Bloodseeker has one. And he's got a BKB of his own now, and so it's going to be really easy for EG to engage this. And I think they want to.
I'm just not so sure C-Deck's going to be able to take that Roshan now. It seems like we're going to have a big fight. And they already have a couple mines inside of the pit as well. Roshan's healed up to about half HP. Fear starts leading things off. Shiki throws out the Blood Right just to get some vision inside the pit. Fear daring C-Deck essentially to jump in and try and stop him because he does have that BKB ready to go. And if they don't,
the weave is on all 5 of them.
Here comes C-Deck. They're going to move forward. 2-man Echo Slam. They managed to control some of these heroes, but Samael with the self-Yule Scepter will be able to blink away. Nice move, but still Aggressive is right on top of Universe and will be able to finish up Samael as well. Samael, yeah, he goes down before he can get off anything more. Fear now turns to fight up against Aggressive. He's got that Aegis, but his BKB is going to be running out, so he just tries to get away from this team fight.
And they're struggling really hard to lock people down.
PPD, grab that haste! Oh, no. He will die because of that.
I don't think it would have mattered.
No.
He is so dead right now. That was such a good fight, though, by C-Deck. Like, they just... EG didn't really have a lot. They ran out of steam really quickly. That Earthshaker Echo Slam was so huge, but EG Fear can make this okay. If you get the skill.
He turns, called out, he actually tries to go for the missile, and Fear is now going to be vacuumed back into that one. He knows he has to commit to the Gyrocopter. Samael's going to help him out with a Laguna Blade. They make the 1-for-1 trade out for the Aegis coming back.
Oh, they want to fight this.
Yeah, they're out. They do not want to get into this fight because Samael knows they have the advantage already. The Yule Scepter into the Light Strike Array, picks up one. Shiki will make the TP out. Great fight for Evil Geniuses after what was kind of a wonky Roshan fight. Yes, they got Roshan, but they lost a number of heroes for it.
And if you look at the fight recap, EG walk away with that at the end there with 1530 gold up. And they still lead in net worth despite the Aegis. I mean, they had the Aegis, they almost lost it, or they lost it actually, right? And then Sumail comes in, completely turns around the fight with that Boots of Travel. They completely forgot about the Bloodstone Lina. Like, they just thought that she was going to respawn at a decent time. And
man, the Aghanim's techies, yeah, he's dead. But I've been watching him for a while. The Aghanim's advantage here, it's not about the minefield sign. It really isn't. Level 2 mines is enough with an Aghanim Scepter to instantly kill the whole entire creep wave. So all I'm watching is AUY push out the waves faster than any other hero really can. You know, like, I play a lot of Timbersaw, right? I love it when I'm able to get the level 3 Chakram because I throw out a Chakram and I Whirling Death and the creep wave's dead, right? I can do split push amazingly quick because I just instant kill waves. This is exactly what AUI is doing, just so much earlier than any other hero could because he just rushed the Aghanim Scepter. And because of that, he's just not getting any opportunities. He's going to constantly have to address the side lanes.
Yeah, and it's really difficult for them, too, because they don't want to get picked off while they do this, and Shiki and mid's going to get initiated on.
Already, he's down and out. Sumail with that level 3 Aghanims Laguna Blade. Always makes such short work of a Bloodseeker. The rest of the team is still coming in from behind, though. Cdek, Aggressive's going to be the first one forward here. And managed to get the vacuum onto 2. Carter still waiting it out. He's going to be able to hit the Fissure onto Sumail. The rest of Evil Geniuses ready to mount their response, or maybe they just give up Sumail here. Echo Slam gets laid out. Oh, Carter just missing his opportunity for the blink there. Could have gone for more. Now the blink forward and the snowball into Garter, who blinks away from his team. Is going to be hit by the Walrus Punch. Universe trying to make that 1-for-1 trade out, but will not be successful. The Fissure takes him out, but at the same time, they've already given up their Visage, and the rest of the team has to back up. Aggressive and Garter are low enough. Sumail looking for more, though. Has his Blink Dagger and Yule Scepter ready to go. Will be able to get in range of the Yules. Light with Veer there as well. Aggressive's got to be done for. Another pick off, and Evil Genius is well set up to push uphill and force those buybacks.
They don't even care, I think, if they buy back at this point. They can back if they want to, but they know the Bloodseeker is just not in fighting shape right now. He only has 1,400 HP. He can't Blood Rage himself, or he'll just get one shot more or less by the Lina.
Minefield sign too.
Yeah, there's no way they can actually defend this anymore.
Yep, it's the tower advantage is now to EG, essentially. They're going to try and force it anyway. Jump in, the vacuum, TP in from Aggressive, manage to get the call down. Sumail makes the blink away, once again, get some distance. PPD is the first force, and Fear is actually stuck inside that Fissure. He's in a bad position. Nice TP out from PPD, but Fear's still going to be run down, potentially. Shiki's got to be forced away. Fear just has so much damage right now. Aggressive will still be able to get the kill in the end. Earthshaker, his dying breath, lays out that Fissure in order to ensure the kill on the EG carry. Aggressive trying to chase away the rest of Evil Geniuses, and they will be able to recover that gem. That Q dropped still, though. That was buybacks forced. That was both the Darkseer as well as the Gyrocopter who were forced into a buyback. Only the Lina, who bought back before in that earlier fight, still advantage to Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, EG's going to be incredibly satisfied with how that fight went. They got the minefield down mid. The next push is going to be so much stronger as a result, and it's not like Cdek are getting a ton of items to catch them back into this game. What's going on right now is they have to blow the buyback just to kind of remain even, and a lot of their damage is just coming from the power of the call down Rocket Barrage. Once EG, you probably get a BKB at some point on Sumail, then it becomes really difficult to kill him. And your Bloodseeker just isn't expanding his inventory. If you look at his items, he's got a BKB and a Midas, but he's had those items since the last Roche fight, and even before that last Roche fight, this is what he had to begin with. And so now he's added a chainmail.
Like, he's had the SNY BKB combination for so long. And Butterfly is his natural next item because it's going to be good versus the Clinks, who goes such, raw, cheap damage, isn't going to invest in an MKB right away. But at this rate, Fear's going to have an MKB before Aggressive can finish up his Butterfly.
Yeah, and probably more importantly is that Cdek, if you look at both of their cores, the BKB timings, you've got a 5-second one and a 6-second one. And EG, they still have an 8-second BKB up on that Clinks. It's going to make them incredibly powerful, and both teams are going to go for a smoke. And if Cdek can win this fight, I mean, they definitely have the jump potential with the Vacuum plus Earthshaker Echo Slam combination, but it's going to be hard for them because they really need a dream fight.
They certainly do, so it may just be all about where that battlefield presents itself. Cdek, they're going to make their rotation around behind the middle lane. They already see that middle is being pushed out by some of the mines from AUI. And it's actually going up to the racks now. Cdek may just have to TP back.
Yeah, they still want to look for somebody, but the smoke timing is run out. And luckily for them, EG don't have the best wards in their own jungle, because obviously they're playing aggressively, but this one should spot them coming back around, and EG's going to see this a mile away.
It's incredibly obvious when no one is defending the creeps that are hitting the range racks what's going on, right? Cdek are obviously out and about, 5-man smoking, looking for a pickoff somewhere. So EG just kind of play defensively around this cliff area.
If EG are just paying attention, they're going to see the Bloodseeker still has nothing. Like, he's got the chainmail. I presume that's just because he's like, I need some sort of items. Like, maybe you go for an Assault Cuirass, but you just need raw armor right now as it stands. And they do have a decent amount of mines, but the Visage should be able to clean that up. He still has this gem, and I think that's the only one left that they have. So if they lose this one, it's going to be... Oh, no, they've got one in base, actually. They won that last fight.
And every single time they do go for those mining situations, they are oftentimes losing the familiars, which is still a good amount of gold going to EG. What a classic Classic Techies mine spot. Right there in the middle lane in the trees. It's basically because the AoE is big enough that even if they do have a gem, they could just walk straight through the middle lane, not see those mines, and still take all the damage because the AoE is big enough.
This is just a frustrating game right now for CDEC because they're going to ask themselves, like, where did it all go wrong? Why is this game
XZ trying to get the silence off with a vacuum, but AUI had that second opportunity to get the suicide out. The rest is CDEC struggling, not sure what to do. Roshan, potential spawn time in the next 2 to 3 minutes.
I mean, CDEC are pretty prepared for any sort of 5-man. They've got a really good lineup of counter-initiating. Don't get me wrong. The Earthshaker plus Darkseer is really strong. It's just their cores right now that are struggling. Like, if this Bloodseeker was 3 or 4K more net worth, conceivably they might even be ahead. That would... Yeah, they'd have enough because the Techies has so much of a net worth lead on pretty much everybody else in that bottom area, the bottom 5, that you're not too worried about the Techies' net worth. Or you just have to not be. Like, you pretty much have to ignore it if you're CDEC. You're just, like, hoping that he doesn't mine you at that point.
Maybe a better way to boil it down is that the net worth on the CDEC cores is just worth more, right?
Yeah, exactly.
3,000 on a Bloodseeker is maybe worth 5,000 on Alina.
It's just such a big difference right now, because Alina has double what the Bloodseeker has.
Yeah.
Like, just kind of comprehend that. Like, double the Bloodseeker's inventory, and he'd be so happy right now.
He's hitting so hard, too. It's got a double damage, I guess, but...
Oh, they know Fear's here.
What are they going to find? Fear. Try to vacuum him up. Fear will be able to get into the trees. AUI is hiding out with him as well. CDEC actually missed their opportunity.
Everybody from
now
EG's
EG,
rotating.
yeah, they're actually going to try back here. Already the weave laid out. The snowball's going to be the first one out. They're going to